Ciao a tutti, hello everybody. Siamo qui oggi con Tatiana Narvaez della Colombia, con cui parleremo un po' di sport e trapianto, anche fuori dall'Italia. Ciao Tatiana, hello Tatiana. We are glad to host you today for the Italian people, and we talk with you about your experience about sport and transplant. And we know a new story for the Italian people. For first things, I hope that you and your family and your friends in Colombia are well about the COVID situations.
Yeah, we are. First of all, I want to say hello to everybody, and thank you for inviting me today. And yes, my family and I and friends are all fine at the moment. We have the longest quarantine, I think, in the world, already more than 5 months. But I know that in Bogota, I think everything is going just not back to normal, but the commerce and business and things in general are just getting open. And in Cartagena, it's taking a little bit more time, but we expect that in a few weeks it's going a bit better.
Oh, ok. Yeah. Quindi lunga quarantena anche. How many months you are
in? More than 5 months already.
5 months, 5 mesi.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very long. I hope that the situation can be better soon.
Yeah.
We can know about your transplant. You have received a liver transplant, right?
Yes.
How many years?
6 years ago.
6 years ago. Un trapianto di fegato 6 anni fa. Can you tell us about your story, about this transplant, about your experience?
Well, I got sick when I was 24 years old, and the doctors found out that I had a tumor. It was a very big tumor. So then I got a cancer diagnostico. I don't know how you say it in English.
Yes, cancro.
Yes. So then I was for 2 years in a treatment against this tumor. And after 2 years, the possibility of being in a list for an organ.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I got the transplant after, I think I was not more than 20 days on the list, on the waiting list. So I was very lucky, but not, because anyway I was already 2 years.
The only possibility to live.
Yes, it was my only chance. There were no more possibilities. So for me, it was really like a second life and a second opportunity, because without the transplant I could not make it, and I was not here today.
Ok, thank you. I translate for Italian. Quindi lei ha avuto un tumore, una diagnosi di cancro. Dopo 2 anni di trattamento, l'unica possibilità che aveva di sopravvivere appunto è stata un trapianto di fegato, che gli ha dato la possibilità di rinascere nella seconda vita, come capita a chi sappiamo bene che riceve un trapianto. And about sport, you was an athlete before even the transplant, or
no? Nothing. I was not really thinking about sporting. First I was at university studying. I was more like going to parties and having fun, not drinking. I was never my thing, you know.
Okay.
More like dancing and just having fun. But sporting was not something I really care about. It was all after the transplant.
Ok, quindi lei non ha mai praticato sport prima, ma pensava allo studio, al divertimento, agli amici, niente sport prima del trapianto. Why you begin to do a sport before? Scusami, after the transplant.
Yeah, because after the transplant, I decided to change my habits. So I wanted to take care of myself. I wanted to take care of my liver, my new liver. And it was just a decision. And when I started sporting was more like just for fun, for taking care, as I just mentioned. But later I found the organization in Colombia, people who like my friends now, the athletes who were sporting just on a competitive level, and then I decided to start getting like a training program, and I started to train more like more, with more discipline and more another level, like that, not for fun anymore.
Quindi hai cominciato a fare sport per divertimento, diciamo noi qua in Italia, e poi hai visto che per mantenere la tua salute buona e anche per il tuo fegato nuovo, e dopo hai trovato un gruppo di amici che ti ha aiutato praticamente a proseguire e a conoscere nuove discipline. And we can know what you think about the sports for the transplant people. You can have an idea if anyone to ask you, I can do a sport after transplant?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the best choice a person with a transplant can do, because we know that all the transplant people have side effects because of the medication. And I think sports is just a way to not only to keep your health, but also to get these side effects a bit lower, So when I sport, I get stronger, but I also feel like all the shaking is almost gone. Things like okay, I don't know in English is
anche in Spanish we can understand.
Obesity and obesity, yeah.
Obesity.
Yes. All the things related to the side effects of the medication you can control by sporting. And anyway, if you have the idea that you can sport, it's also, I think, it's mentally and physically helping you, because also some people, before the transplant, because of the experience with the disease and everything, you have some mental issues as well. Like you think you have limitations, but I think transplant people have no limitations. Everything is in your head. You can have goals. You can achieve anything you want, because we have medication. We have special condition in a kind of way, but still we can do normal things. You can have a normal life, and that's what I experience every day of my life. So sport is very important.
Quindi anche tu concordi stavi dicendo che concorda che lo sport è una cosa molto importante per le persone trapiantate, soprattutto per la mentalità che bisogna ritrovare dopo il trapianto, anche perché le persone trapiantate non devono sentirsi limiti nel fare le cose, ma anzi grazie allo sport ci sentiamo più forti. Mi metto anch'io perché sono trapiantato anche io. Can I ask you, my curiosity, what was your best memory about the sport events after the transplant?
I think it's amazing to connect with all the transplant people around the world. To know that we have just the different experiences, but also that we have something in common, that is the transplant, but also the message to aware people about organ donation. And also, I think more than the medals is the connection you create with people that have something in common with you. So that's I think that's the most beautiful thing I have experienced so far.
Quindi per lei l'esperienza più bella è stata quella di capire che si può trovare nel mondo tante persone che hanno in comune con noi un trapianto e trovarsi connessi, lei dice, tra di noi e condividere le esperienze. And can I ask you about the transplant system in Colombia? How many transplants for each year, more or less, in Colombia? How many people waiting a transplant in Colombia? By more or less.
On the waiting list, we have
waiting list.
More than 3,000 at the moment people.
3,000.
So then it's a lot. We have the lowest tasa of donation is very low, and now with the COVID and with the pandemic, it's even lower. So that's why it's so important that we talk about donation, that we talk about our transplant in Colombia, and the campaigns are very important as well, because there are a lot of people waiting, and some of them need a transplant to live, you know. So it's just the only option, like in my case. So it's it's a very difficult situation for them.
How many transplants each year, more or less?
I don't have a number, to be honest. I don't have a number. I think it's I don't. I will lie if I say something, because I'm not sure about the number. Yeah, I know at the moment there are more than 3,000 people on the waiting list, but I don't know how many people are getting a transplant a year. I know that in my hospital last year it was like now this year I think they have like 70 transplants.
70.
But only on my hospital, I think.
Ok. Quindi circa 3.000 persone in lista ogni anno che aspettano un organo in Colombia. Lei non sa dirmi esattamente il numero di trapianti all'anno, ma nel suo ospedale l'anno scorso, quest'anno, circa 70 trapianti. In Italy we have 4,000 list person for the kidney, and the list, the waiting kidney list, and about 80,000 total person that wait organ. And
how many transplants do you do a year?
About 4,000, 3,000 people transplant each year. But in Italy we have a more association that promotes the organ donation, and ANED is one of these. Is a most important association about kidney transplant people, and the oldest in the Europe. And do you have a similar association in Colombia that promotes the organ donation or the sport for transplant people?
Yeah, for organ donation we have different organizations at the moment. Non-profit organizations, and we have related to sports is the Colombian Transplant Colombian Transplant Asociación Colombiana de Deportistas Trasplantados. I don't know.
Ok, associazione colombiana per gli sportivi trapiantati.
Yeah, that one. And also I have a foundation that is I say it's mine, but it's not mine. It's just I'm part of it with a group of friends also that they have a transplant, and we have also 2 persons who are representing the families of these people with the transplant. So we have also this foundation to promote organ donation in Colombia, and also to protect the rights of this community of transplant people or people who are on the waiting list. Okay. In general, the idea is that because Colombia is a big country, and because there are so many people on the waiting list, we want to create like alliance, like we can work together, alliances to work together, and then the idea is to have to make the message visible, and that more and more people can talk about organ donation and make the decision.
Quindi faccio un piccolo riassunto sempre per gli amici italiani. Lei mi dice che in Italia in Colombia c'è un'associazione che si occupa di sport, che è l'Associazione Colombiana per gli Sportivi Trapiantati, e inoltre lei ha fondato una sua associazione, una fondazione che si occupa di difendere, diciamo, le persone che aspettano un trapianto e di promuovere la donazione degli organi in tutta la Colombia, cercando di unire un po' le persone che stanno aspettando un organo e di... I know that you are a special lawyer for this foundation.
Yes, I do the law part of the foundation. Yeah.
Because Tatiana è un avvocato, è un avvocato e segue la parte legislativa per questo. Quindi and there are special laws in Colombia for the transplant.
We have one. But the problem is that it's not well made, well, they did it wrong. we have it, but it's not working. So if a person dies and the family doesn't want to donate the organs, then it's not happening. So the problem we have is that people don't talk about organ donation. They don't make the decision, or they don't talk about that with the families. And when this moment is coming, then of course families, I think it's the worst moment to ask a family if they want to do it or not. And I think you have to make the decision when you are alive, and you do it, and then your family can respect the decision.
You have to choose your decision when you are alive, no
exactly.
after.
And then if your family is having this hard time, and this is a very difficult moment, and then there is a doctor coming to ask if they want to donate or not, then of course I understand that the reaction is negative. And that's why the campaigns are more to say, okay, make the decision, talk to your family, and then your family can respect your decision.
Quindi in Colombia c'è una legge che, diciamo, legifera sul trapianto, però lei dice non viene applicata, soprattutto anche perché le persone non parlano molto di donazione degli organi, quindi quando c'è il momento di donare la famiglia non dà il consenso e i trapianti non vengono fatti. Tatiana, can you tell us about your specific passion of the sport? What kind of sport do you do now?
I'm doing triathlon. I started running, and then I was doing only the running. But you know that you get when you go to. Some people say that when you go to an Ironman event, you get
Ironman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I went there to join some friends. Then the next year I was doing only the running in a relay team, and then the next year I was doing the cycling and the swimming. And now the goal is to do the half Ironman by myself. So
half Ironman. Okay.
Yeah.
Quindi and now you can do a training during the quarantine or not?
Not really. The swimming is impossible to do. We don't have. We cannot go to the swimming pools. The also open sea is not possible. So what we do now is only training. I'm training at home, indoor cycling. Or cycling indoor, and
cycling indoor, okay.
And the running I'm doing outside, but the swimming is not possible at the moment.
Quindi lei dice che è appassionata di ciclismo, ma anche di corsa e nuoto. Il prossimo anno tenterà di fare un Ironman, Alpha Ironman, ok. Adesso si sta allenando a casa, ma può fare solo ciclismo indoor, nuoto ovviamente no per la quarantena, un po' di corsa, ma non tanto di più. Can I ask you about the last World Transplant Games and your experience about Newcastle? I was here.
Yeah, we met there.
I was here. And what you do? What do you think about this great event for the transplant people?
It was amazing. It's
amazing.
To see I mean, when you see other athletes with the transplant and the level of so competitive and so very high level, then you think, okay, then this is very serious. You know, it's like you don't go there just to share, to meet people, everything. But it's amazing to see other countries how serious they take everything. And to see that there is a very good, very high competitive level. That I really like it. I think that really makes an impact in me.
Your life?
Yeah, I really like it because I think I have in my head that you can always improve. You can always be better. And when you see that there are other people that are better than you, then you get more motivation because it's okay, they're better than me, so I have to prove myself. And then it's just like the confirmation that there are not limits and that you can do anything. Yeah.
I have a very special question for you.
Yeah.
You are already ready for the Winter Games in Italy? You can ski, or can I waiting you for?
I can put on my how you call them, the skis. I can move. I can do the pizza, but I can't do anything else. It's not easy.
You can try in the snow.
But I can join anyway. I can be there and be part of the celebration. And but I'm not sure if I'm going to compete.
Ok, allora praticamente ho chiesto a Tatiana della sua esperienza a Newcastle dell'anno scorso, ha detto che come è condivisibile da chi l'ha provata, quindi anche per me è stata un'esperienza meravigliosa dove si possono incontrare tantissimi atleti, ma soprattutto una cosa che l'ha colpita, e io confermo che il livello sportivo ai World Transplant Games è molto molto alto, quindi quando arrivi lì dici è una cosa seria, non devo venire qui solo per divertirmi, e comunque è un'occasione per even the occasion for the promote the organ donation in all the world, because all the people came in the World Transplant Game when back home they can speak about their experience, promote the organ transplant in his country. This is wonderful for us, for the transplant people, I think.
Yeah.
Tatiana, how many transplant people that you know have in Colombia that do a sport after transplant?
Not that much. The thing, I think that in Colombia, still people are a bit afraid of sporting. Some people are doing some activities, but it's not too much. I mean, in the organization, in ACODE, that's the organization of sports for transplant people. At the moment, I think we have 30 people. Only 30? It's and from the 30, I think only 10 I can mention that they are really, no, not even 10, I think a bit less, who are really doing it in a competitive level, because the other ones are which is very positive. I mean, if you want to sport, you don't have to do it to compete. It's very important that you do it because you like it and because you want to take care of yourself. But I think we also have to work on that part because you have to promote not only organ donation, which is very important, but also we have to promote sports and good habits for people who get a transplant. And that's also what we do in Live for Life. That is our foundation. We are also promoting these healthy habits because it's very important. Because then you have the other problem, you get the transplant and then people lose the transplant because they don't take care of themselves. So then you have to work on both sides. And at the moment, related to sports, I only know the 30 people who are vinculated with the organization. And out of the organization, I don't know anybody else. The rest are, or maybe they do some walking or things like that. But, yeah.
Ok. Quindi ho chiesto a lei quante persone più o meno hanno in Colombia che fanno sport dopo un trapianto, che lei conosca ovviamente, lei mi dice che sono circa una trentina, quindi non tantissime, però stanno lavorando appunto per cercare di aumentare questo numero, anche perché molte persone non sanno di questa possibilità dopo il trapianto, e quindi cercheranno di aumentare anche attraverso la sua fondazione, lavorano per promuovere appunto lo sport anche come strumento di benessere dopo un trapianto. And therefore, can I ask you that if in Colombia you have difficult to work after transplant, or you have a normal life about the work, or
there is another situation with working subjects, because I think, and in general, I know that people with a transplant can have a normal life.
Normal life.
You can work, you can study, you can have again a normal life. But I think I don't know so far anybody who can say that was not accepted in a job because of his condition as a transplant person. So I think that's not happening, and if it's happening, it's a very low rate. And what we have to change is the mind of transplant people, because a lot of transplant people are not working or not getting a job because they still think they are sick. And I think that's what is happening at the moment here. It's more like what you have in your head, in your mind, that you have to understand that you can have a normal life, you know.
To change your life, you have to change your mind.
Exactly.
I understand.
Exactly.
Okay. Because
so, my friends. I have friends. Sorry, I have friends that they have very good jobs, or they are working and doing. They do sports. They work. They study. They do everything. And with the community we have here, so far I don't know anybody who has mentioned, not even once, that I was rejected because of my condition. I think it's not happening.
Quindi riassumendo, ho chiesto se c'è qualche difficoltà nelle persone a riprendere il lavoro dopo il trapianto. Una persona trapiantata, secondo lei, anche in Colombia, non hanno difficoltà, ma la difficoltà è che molte si sentono ancora malate e non riescono a trovare la giusta motivazione mentale per dire che dopo il trapianto possono riprendere, magari anche pian pianino, ma riprendere a fare tutto, quindi lavorare, fare sport, eccetera. Tatiana, I want to say you that before the transplant, I am a quiet boy, okay, and I don't go together the world or all the world, or I don't journey a lot about around Italy, and I start to journey about after transplant. I play volleyball in more city of Italy and in the other country like Spain, Malaga, like is it similar for you? You have to do something that after the transplant, do you do after that you don't do before the transplant?
Sports.
Only sports.
Sports. I think sports is the big changes I have in my life after the transplant, because it's now it's part of my life. You know, I'm sporting 6 days a week. I personally won, and that was I could not even imagine doing that before the transplant. My life was completely different. So then that's something that changed my life, was doing sports. I think that's the biggest change. Yeah.
Is the big change. Ok. Quindi ho chiesto un inglese un po' strampalato, purtroppo. Gli ho chiesto se, siccome io prima del trapianto ero abbastanza casalingo, quiet boy, in realtà dopo il trapianto ho cominciato a viaggiare in giro per l'Italia e anche oltre, e ho chiesto a lei se ha fatto qualcosa di diverso che prima non faceva, e lei ha detto l'unica cosa che ho fatto dopo il trapianto diverso è stato lo sport. Before the transplant you don't work, don't run, no, nothing.
No. I mean, maybe sometimes I used to go to the gym. So then one day, 2 days, and then I completely just I didn't like it too much, so now I didn't continue. So it was always like failing, you know, like maybe I tried something, and I didn't enjoy it. It was like I would try to do it, but now it's different. Now I feel like it's something that I really like, and it's a passion.
It's a passion.
Different. The feeling is different.
Do you never visit Italy?
Yes, I've been in Italy twice, in Rome, in Venice.
Venice, yes.
Yeah, of course, in Venice. Rome, Venice, Pisa, Florence, and I think that's it. I think, yeah.
Because I near Venice, I think that Venice for you is the best city in Italy. No, it's a joke.
Florence?
Florence, Firenze.
It's higher on my on my list. First Florence, then Venice, and then Rome is like Rome and Venice are at the same level. Yeah, I was very impressed with Florence.
Florence, okay.
Yeah.
Do you eat a lot of pizza in Italy? Yes.
Oh, no. Yeah. Food. I love the food in Italy is the best. It's my favorite. Yeah. Even here, I'm ordering. It's not the same, you know. It's completely different, but yeah.
Okay. We hope that we can see you in the 2022 for the Winter Games in Italy next time. Okay. And I have to see. I have to say you thanks for this live, for this your speech for us, because it's important to know the other experience of our friends from the other country like you. I hope that the person who see this live can understand the importance of the transplant for the people, not only for Italian people, but for the people of the world. I see that many people write a comment under this live, and they want to say hello to everybody. Tatiana, thank you for this time. Thank you.
No, thank you for asking me, and thank you to all the people who are joined to this live. Very nice.
I hope that another time there will another occasion to speak to you, magari about your new experience about Ironman, about your...
Yeah, it would be very nice. I would love to do that. I want to say that the Ironman is just a way also to make the organ donation more visible in Colombia. So it's also more than a personal. It's a personal challenge, but it's it's also a challenge to promote organ donation. I think that's the main motive.
Okay, you are the very stronger.
With you, my experience.
You are a very strong athlete, transplant athlete. Thank you, Tatiana. Have a nice day, and we are stronger. I think that transplant people of the world are stronger when they connect together and speak about the experience that we have in our lives.
Yeah, thank you very much, Marco, and thank you to the Italian team. And I hope to see you in the next games, maybe in Italy or in other countries.
In Australia, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. No, we will see.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Ciao, Tatiana.